Yo, what is up, everyone? My name is Strangeness. Today we're going to be reacting to Sim Under the Tree. I haven't reacted to a Sim song in a while. I think the last one was the Attack on Titan one. Not gonna lie. But yeah, let's check it out.
Where are you at? Where have you been? 問いかけに答えはなく Where are we?
Oh, it's another Attack on Titan
What did
collaboration.
you mean? 追いかけても遅く遠く
They create this atmosphere, this really eerie atmosphere with the way that they play the piano. So it's not the notes itself, because you can create a lot of beautiful melodies with those notes. It's more the dynamics that they're creating and how they're sustaining the notes. So it's like a do, the first one sustains, and then dun dun is like they cut it off to create this eerie or marching type of sound, is like something is coming type of vibe. Yeah, it's really cool how they started off this song. Gives me a lot of Skillet vibes. Chugging. Chorus building up to it. There's a lot happening. They don't lose the tempo or like the feel that they started off with going into the verse, into the chorus. It's still that marching type of da 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 da. In the verses, they use like this chugging, this skillet type of da 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 da. So it creates this, hip hop moving type of feel to it. So that it's not like flowing or very constant. It makes you want to sway to it, like that head bobbing type of thing, and then it emphasizes and creates a moving sense. It creates this marching sense to it. It's all just one note chugging on the guitar, but this drum has a nice groove to it. And then as soon as it wants to go into the chorus, there's like this pre-chorus building up to it to differentiate between the verse and the chorus. So the verse and the chorus has like the same tempo and the same feel to it, and to create the difference between the two, so you know what's the difference and you know that you are in the chorus, they have this pre-chorus that builds up to that, and it has this sense of something is coming. Like, you don't know what's coming, but something is coming. And in the chorus, the guitars are doing something really interesting. The guitars are actually going according to what the vocals are singing. So the my oh my, the guitars do 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 do, and it follows that the whole time. So that it's not this constant strumming to let the song flow. It makes you still want to head bob while you're in the chorus to create a sense of, urgency or marching. Oh, is this the post-chorus? Okay. Post-chorus. So you hear the choruses, the guitars are still doing do do do. Oh. Double time on the hi-hat is cool. Ooh, that's a Fry scream right there. That's a at the back of his throat says, "I'll protect, yeah." and it does that. So it is layered. So if you hear, there's a scream right in the middle, and it doubles it as well with one slightly to the left and slightly to the right to make it fuller. I love that scream. It was really cool. Like a brutal type of.
Why were you crying? What are you dying for? Your dream didn't satisfy.
So it's different from the first chorus.
Annoying pain in my head. The things left unsaid. I'm sorry. We have been relying on you too much to be.
Okay, before we go into the second chorus, so it is the same vibe as what the first verse does, but it is a lot fuller. There's a lot more happening. There's like violins happening. The chugging is still there, so the da da da, but instead of just like the da 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 da, they do like a da 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 da. Like da, 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 da. So there's a riff in between to create the sense of it's fuller, something bigger is happening, something more is about to happen. I'll explain at the end of the song the dynamics of how the song flows and how the song builds up to create this story. Pre-chorus. Do do. The violins are so good. Oh, it's gonna be a breakdown. It's a breakdown. The piano.
I'm here to tell you there's no need to talk.
Oh, that's so good. This bridge is really, really nice. With the layering. The breakdown is what it's called. You know, it's a breakdown. It's breaking down the song to the roots of this insane riff with a lot of brutality in his voice. It's like this. And he pushes his tongue forward to create this open sense to make you hear what is going on. It's like this brutal, monsterish type of scream instead of this painful scream. And then it goes into this big bridge where the drums are still the same. The drums are actually playing the same beat as far as I can tell. The guitar chords are different, and then it has the violins and so forth. I get a lot of Skillet and Red vibes. For the band, people who don't know, one of my favorite bands is the band called Red. They have a lot of orchestra with heavy guitars, and his vocals is very powerful. And this song reminds me so much of this. Vocal layering is also really nice. So good. So this isn't a very complicated song. It's really not a very complicated song, but they use a few techniques to make it sound complicated and make it sound interesting. Because the guitars, I guarantee you, if I look at the guitars, I can most probably learn the song in like a day, probably maybe less than a day, because the guitars sound very simple to do. The drum beat is very simple. There's not a lot of fancy fills and techniques going on. It's a very hard hitting, groovy song to create this head bobbing sound. It's very hard to have technical drums and a head bopping type of simple thing because people need to understand what they're hearing. And if you have a lot happening on the drums, you can't create head bopping sound or feel. How they actually do it is they have the piano starting in the beginning with a simple like sustain break to create the head bobbing, and then they go into the verse with the chugging and so forth to make it more interesting in the chorus and in the bridge and so forth. Obviously the bridge has the breakdown to break the song down even more and more to make you notice what's happening, but the bridge and the chorus, actually the hi-hats are double timed, or like it's maybe a shaker, but it's like creating a percussion. So you still have the da 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 da, but then you have the hi-hat or shaker doing like a to make you trick your brain into thinking that there's more happening in a song where it's still the same drum beat, it's still the same chords, it's the same chugging the whole time throughout the whole song. I love this song a lot. It reminds me a lot of the bands that I listen to. Really well done, simple executed, but a lot of cool techniques that they do. Thank you so much for watching until the end. I really appreciate it. Please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon, comment down below what you thought of this song. Otherwise, just like leave a poop emoji. It helps with engagement, it helps with the channel. If you want to support me on a different level, I do have a Patreon, I do have a coffee, and then obviously I have the Superfan on YouTube. If you guys want to see more, please let me know what other songs I need to check out. I really appreciate it. Thank you.